Hello, welcome. We're going to review how to write the equation of a line given a rate and a point. There are actually three different ways. One is the in-out table method from IMP 1. Another is substitution, which is similar to what we did in IMP 1. And a third way is the preferred method by our calculus teacher, the point-slope method, that may seem unfamiliar, but most students tend to like. So the first is the in-out method that we'll go over. The rate is 2, and the point that this line goes through is 4, 5. So just to get a visual sense of what we are looking for, we're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want the line to go through that particular point and have a rate of 2. Since it's positive, I know it's an increasing line. I also know that for every 1 on the x, it goes up 2. 1, 2. Up 2. And then I have a line. So I want the equation of this line. The in-out method goes like this. 4 is the in, 5 is the out. Place them in their areas. You know that the rule is always out equals or y equals the rate times the variable. So in this case, it'll be 2. The rate, times the in. So 2 times the in, or 2x. And then you go 2 times 4 is 8. How do you get to 5? Minus 3. There is your rule. Again, we put the 4 and the 5 into the in-out table. We know it's always the rate times the x, or the in. And then you need to use your point by using your 4 for your x and figure out how to get to your out, or your y. The second method is substitution. This method is very similar to the last method, except it doesn't have that visual of the in-out table. General form of the equation is y equals ax plus b. A is your rate, and b is your start, or your y-intercept. So I know my rate is 2. So I know it's going to be y equals 2x plus something. Remember, this can be a minus, but that will just mean b is a negative. I have a point. On my point, this is x and this is y. I'm going to substitute. 4 equals 2 times 4 plus b. When I solve, I get this. 5 equals 8 plus b. Solve for b. B is negative 3. Notice it's like the same thing we did with the in-out table. You multiplied your rate by your in and figured out what to add or subtract to that in order to get your out. Same method, it just looks a little different. So once I have my b value, I need to remember to write my equation, 2x minus 3. Now we have our third method, which is the point-slope method. This is the least familiar to students, but the most used in calculus. Next page. So again, same rate, same point. And this is the general setup of it. Okay? In IMP 3, we'll talk about this again and go, why? Where does it come from? That will come up again in IMP 3. So here, this is your just generic y. This is your variable. This is the y from your point. This is your rate. This is just the generic x variable. This is the x from your point. It's a fill in the blanks. Y minus the y from my point equals the rate times x minus the x from my point. Now all I need to do is simplify it so it looks in the form y equals ax plus b. So first I'm going to distribute. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. And then I get y equals 2x minus 3. That same equation. So let me try this, all three methods using this rate and this point. So for the in-out table, I would say negative 2 is my in, 3 is my out. I know it is y equals my rate, negative 3, x, but I don't know this number. So off on the side, I am doing negative 3 times negative 2, which is positive 6. From 6, how do I get to 3? I subtract 3. There's my equation. The substitution method. I'm going to do y equals my rate times x plus b. I will replace y with 3. I will replace x with negative 2. 3 equals 6 plus b. Solve for b. b equals negative 3. I still get y equals negative 3x minus 3. Point slope. I'm going to do y minus the y value equals my rate times x minus my x value. Remember, minus a negative turns into the plus. I am going to simplify this, and I'm going to then isolate the y, and I get negative 3x minus 3. All three result in the same exact equation.